On behalf of the Women in Film Poland Association and Centrum Kultury Andrzeja Wajdy, I wish to welcome you all here, gathered at the Aleje Ujazdowskie in Warsaw. We have the special meeting. It's not a monthly meeting of Women in Film in Poland, but we planned a special edition to meet the Ukrainian filmmakers, especially women, of course, whom arrived here since last 2 weeks. But also some of you gathered here, I hope, visa the Ukrainians who have been successfully living here for years in our country and working professionally in film. Our meeting is transferred online, so you can watch it afterwards as well. And we will have guests who will join us online as well. And I met these women briefly just moments ago, so I will not be able to introduce them, but I will kindly ask them to introduce themselves. If just for the process of our meeting, this is our translator from English to Ukraine, so speak either English or Ukrainian, just as you prefer. If we could start from the lady closest to me. Please take a... Do we have a mic? Can we have it?
Я Ютина Олеся, стилистом работаю уже 20 лет в киноиндустрии, реклама, клипы и так далее.
Olesya Mutina has been a stylist on TV and for clips for 20 years already.
Okay. So, hi everyone. My name is Anna Borячкova. I'm a film director. I'm doing commercials, music videos, and I have a debut feature in process of editing, which is not happening right now, obviously. Trying to find out how to transfer the material from Ukraine to the safe space and how to transfer my editor somewhere, but still here I am, as all of us. I don't know, I don't know what else, actually.
Hi, everybody. My name is Anastasia Grigarash. I'm a co-founder, executive producer of Omerta Creation Production from Kiev. We opened actually 4 years ago only, so we're a fresh production, but now we're shooting commercials, we're shooting music videos, some short feature films, and blah, 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 everything we can, yeah. So now, yeah, we are here. We're just open to talk, to discuss everything. We really appreciate that a lot of friends from Poland, from Warsaw, they help us. They help us to establish somehow here, you know, to understand where we are and what we can do actually with all this. And thank you for inviting us. Yeah, we really appreciate.
Добрый день, я Татьяна Навина, режиссер-документалист из Киева. Имею много международных наград в этой области, именно в области документального кино. Кроме этого, снимаю рекламы и клипы. Была рада тому, что вы приютили нас с семьей в своем городе. И буду благодарна за возможность применить свой талант и знания здесь, в этой стране, и на благо также своей родины, Украины.
So Tatiana Navina is an internationally critically acclaimed documentary director and a commercial director. And she is very grateful for accepting her and is very excited to use her talents here.
And our translator is Filmmakers.
Oh, great.
Yes, that's true.
So we are all among filmmakers, film professionals. We do different things connected to film. This is our profession. On the 24th of April, your world has changed. And could you just tell us what was your first decision and reaction? Because you arrived here to Poland. Was it for purpose? You know already that Poland is your destination, or do you know that Poland will be your destination? Do you plan to travel further, or was it just like your first feeling that you need to flee? And you arrived, and your first destination was Warsaw. If you could just describe these very first moments and the reason and the arguments why what have you brought here?
Yeah. So it wasn't the intended destination, to be honest. We have a son. My husband is here. He's a production designer as well, and my good friend Marina, she's a casting director. So she has a toddler, almost 2 years old, and my son is 15. So when it started on the first day, by the end of the night, we moved from Kiev to, let's say, suburbs, which seemed to be safer, but it wasn't. So on the next day, we decided to go to Western Ukraine just to stay there, probably a little bit safer. But while we were traveling, it wasn't like that, because they were airfield bombed meanwhile on the way. So we stopped somewhere in the Western Ukraine next to the airfield again. We were pretty lucky with those airfields. So and we decided to move at least closer to the border as possible. And then while we were moving, we ended up at the border queue in the line, and then we transferred. And because I used to work for service production company in Kiev as well, and Marisa is working there as well, and David. So a lot of friends from abroad were just calling and sending us messages and asking what's going to happen. Yeah, and they were all offering help. And my very good friend Monica Linchevsky, you all probably know her. She's a cinematographer. She's in Spain now, but she found us her good friend Marta, who's a casting director. She kindly let us in her apartment for the moment. So we are there for a week. Honestly, we don't know what to do next. I guess the first shock has already settled. And now it's time, because all this last week we were trying to get some medicine, send it over to Ukraine. There was a lot of hustle with it, a lot of trying to help. So now we are starting to think what's next. There is no steady plan, honestly, at the moment. I guess that's just probably yesterday was the first day when we started to think what's going to happen next. So that's it. It wasn't, as I said, it wasn't the intention to leave Ukraine, but because we have kids, we had to take them to the safer place. That was the biggest issue.
Yeah, actually, almost same situation. We all have almost same situation, because we all have kids, and the first thing when you think about is how to protect them, to not hear everything happen around, to not know what the war is actually. So. Okay, it's really hard to talk about it. Warsaw, for me, actually, I passed the border not in Poland. I passed it in Slovakia, but I always knew that I will come to Warsaw because I have a friend, Ania Malishevska. She's director. I think everybody knows her here, and she chatted me all the time from the 24th when it happened, like, please come, we will take care of you, please, we will do everything for you, girls, don't stay there, it's not safe, and I was thinking all these days that we're staying in Ukraine that maybe it will finish, we all thought like this, because nobody believed that in this modern world, it can be like that, that some guy can bomb our land, it's not so easy to fix it in your head that it's like that, and you see all this crash, and maybe your house is not there anymore. So we thought maybe to move on the West Ukraine first, but then I saw that it's not calm there as well. So we decided with my husband that I need to leave. I just, you know, I need to go to Warsaw because I have somebody there. I have some friends. Maybe they will help me to settle it somehow around for the first time, because I don't know any other country that would open like that, you know, for us for now. So I just took my baby and we went. You know, it was like that. Then I called to Olesa and she told me like, I want to come, but I don't know where, when, you know, and so on. So we just gathered together as we could. We have some more friends now, but she's not here. She's living with us now. And really, people helped us. We lived in a family. You know, it's not easy to say, but yeah, we lived in a family like kids. And now, here, why we are here, I think it's time to think, like Anya told us. Yeah, now we all helping to someone from our country to get abroad. I don't know, to have something useful there. You know, to help. We all want to help somehow. We all volunteer and so on. This is the first idea what we had when we came. Not about working, but now time is go. You know, and what to do next? Maybe we won't come back there in a month, you know, so now we need to think about the future a bit also, because money is finishing too fast and we need some chance, you know, to work, to have some future for our kids too. So, yeah, it's time, I think, to understand if Poland is open for us, so maybe we can be you know, on the line, like somehow helpful for you, you're helpful for us, because we all have some skills. It's not, you know, 1-year-old skills. So I think maybe we can have some collaboration. And
yes, but definitely the reason why we are here, all gathered here, is also that we know that you are professionals working in the film industry,
right,
and probably you want to work in whatever you have been doing before, right? Like to
right,
keep your life, but
right,
I mean, you probably can't get it back, right? But you want to do what you are good at, what you've been doing professionally. The question is, I was asking myself, whether, you know, the film industry is not a luxury right now, right? We have, you know, families kids to protect, families to feed, right? And we are all working in a very luxurious business, which is filmmaking, money consuming, and extremely, well, big budgets, well, raise money for the film right now when people are somewhere dying on the streets. And this is a question I'm asking myself as well. So it might be a tricky question, and might be maybe even a premature question towards you, but how do you also as filmmakers feel about the war and the situation you are in? Are you ready yet to work? Do you need time? Do you need, you know?
I can ask shortly, because, you know, some of us needs the work already because they have no choice. Like somebody just took their kids, you know, passports and moved. That's it. Someone like, you know, as for me, of course, I do not have the first point is to get a job, you know, now, because I have other things to do now to settle in my head. But in future, of course, I need to think about that too. And what to do, the girls, the mothers, who need a job now, who needs, you know, to earn some money because they need to eat, they need to dress and so on, because winter will finish and we don't have even clothes now, you know, some of us. So it's, you know, it's a life question, because if I can work like a washer, for example, yeah, so I will do it if I need my kid to eat something, you know, but if I can stay in this area, in this direction, you know, to like Olesa, for example, to use my skills. So, and I have a chance to do this, so why not, you know?
Well, basically, I understand that for film, it's obviously not an easy thing. For the future, we ought to, well, in Ukraine, it's probably not going to be happening for years after, even if the war would be over tomorrow. And this is totally understandable, but because I used to be a commercial and music video director, and I used to do something for abroad, for Europe as well. So I'm hoping for some thing to do in what I'm good at. Still, it's all, I guess none of us, and I guess I will speak for Ukraine, and I guess I will speak for Poland, none of us understand what is going to happen now. Because we all understand that how it's all depend on what's going to happen within 2 weeks, a month, or whatever. What is happening in Ukraine is going to affect all the countries around it. It's not like the local crisis. And I know that it's going to affect us all economically and in all the fields, I guess. So obviously we are happy to, all of us we are happy to do what we are best of in, but who knows? And well, I don't know. My agent, who is in Prague, he said, "Are you ready to take some tenders for commercials, like for now?" And I said, "I have to, probably, because there are too many people who are depending on me. My mom, she's in Kiev at the moment. I have a lot of friends who are suffering all around Ukraine there, and I guess that we all can help if we will be able to. So yeah." If there is a chance, we will be working. And I guess our state of mind doesn't really matter now. I mean, we have to do it. So that's it, basically.
I wish to ask you, as you have a documentary director.
Просто переведіть вопрос.
Наскільки ви готові працювати вже зараз? Що ви думаєте про те, як ви зможете працювати зараз? І чи можете взагалі це особливо для документаліста? І відчуття від того, чи можете далі розповісти в цій...
Maybe I don't know, were you tempted, you know, as a documentary director to grab your camera and film, or did you have, or your only purpose was, I don't know, to protect yourself and the family and leave?
Чи хотілося вам взяти камеру як документалістці і піти знімати, або першим імпульсом було просто рятувати свою родину і поїхати?
Прежде всего, да, у меня есть дочь, у меня есть внуки. Первым делом я хотела спасти их. Все-таки у меня как бы сработал такой материнский инстинкт, вот, и мне хотелось все-таки, буду честна, да, мне хотелось все-таки увести их и не видеть все это, потому что у меня есть опыт съемок в зоне АТО. Я видела, к чему приводит война, я видела, как живут люди, вот, и я не хотела, ну, которые остались там в АТО, да, я видела последствия. Можете переводить немного, чтобы...
So the first impulse was to make the family leave and not see the horrors of war, because Yelena has the experience of filming the anti-terrorist operation in Ukraine and Donbass, and she knows what war looks like and how horrible it is to see it.
Да, я видела, как жили люди на то время, ну, еще вот в 2014 году, когда у нас это произошло, когда у людей не было куска хлеба, видела разор, ну, когда заходишь в квартиру, где произошел взрыв, видела вот эти вот волосы, висящие на потолке от взрыва, это было просто страшно. И когда начали, в принципе, у меня очень сильно развито чувствование. Хотя все вокруг говорили, что войны не будет, я знала, что она будет. И я своей дочери уже говорила: Алина, надо выезжать еще до начала войны. Можете.
So Elena saw how horrible it was in Donbass and how people had nothing to eat, or how flats looked after explosions. So she had this feeling that the war was coming, even though people said that it wasn't going to happen, but she said to her daughter Alina anyway that they had to leave.
Да, и когда все говорили, что вот войны не будет, когда вокруг вот ходили, ну, внутри меня было такое чувство... Наверное, это, ну, я не знаю, интуитивное, что-то развито, как у режиссера. Я чувствовала, что будет. И когда только вот начались первые выстрелы, это я живу на Трещине, естественно, я это все услышала самой первой. Вот. И буквально на второй день, когда я говорила: Алина, давай поехали, она: нет. И вот на второй день она мне позвонила. Естественно, я без нее никуда не хотела ехать. Я была готова оставаться, работать. Если она останется, то, естественно, я бы осталась бы и работала, снимала. Вот, ну так как она позвонила, говорит, мама, я готова, мы собрались, и муж посадил нас на машину, привез нас на границу, и мы перешли эту границу. В принципе, я рада, что так получилось, что я вывезла своих детей, и буду рада уже отсюда работать. Если мне придется вернуться в Украину и снимать, я готова это делать, потому что я знаю, что мои дети, мои внуки, они уже в безопасности.
So Yelena had this feeling that it was coming, and when it happened, at first, she was the first one to hear it because she lives in the area of Kiev when it was most heard. And her daughter at first didn't want to leave, and Yelena was prepared to stay in Kiev and work there and film everything that was happening because she didn't want to leave her daughter. But her daughter decided that she was ready to leave a few days afterwards. So her husband brought them to the border and they crossed the border. And now she is very happy, very excited to do what she knows how to do best here. And she would be happy to come back to Ukraine and film there as well and do her job there as well.
То есть на сегодняшний момент я готова работать, я спокойна за своих детей, я готова, если мне придется поехать в Украину со съемочной командой, я буду это делать.
Yelena is ready to work and she's happy that her kids are safe and she is prepared to go to Ukraine and film with her crew there.
Ну, так вот, да.
Something, I guess there is a very good actress, Ukrainian actress just arrived, and I guess
Okay, can we invite her?
and I guess she will have something to say. Yeah.
It's really for our guests from all the world. It's a very informal meeting, and we have to.
We will adjust. Yes.
Please.
You can take my seat.
We can
No. We will arrange the next one.
we can share.
Я подвину, немножко садись.
We haven't seen each other for a long time. I guess because yesterday Dasha made a video,
Girls.
and I guess she's ready to speak out.
When did you arrive? When did you arrive?
A week ago. I'm not the only one. I'm not the only Ukrainian actress in here. We have like lots of them. Unfortunately, I don't mean unfortunately for Warsaw, but unfortunately for us. What do you want me to say?
So you were not. Did I understand well that you were not heading for Warsaw? So you were planning to go somewhere else?
No, the thing was when this whole thing began, I had like 2 days tour to Azerbaijan, and then when the war began, I was in Baku, and I did this long way to Istanbul and then Berlin and then Warsaw to go back to Ukraine. And now my friends told me to be here, and sorry to say that, but it's like unbearable to be here. And I'm planning to go back in a week, I guess, or a half of a week back. And I think it's kind of a tough place for anyone who is refugee or whatever, for actors, filmmakers, because we have we have that kind of feeling that, well, there is us, and above us there's kind of Europe and well, Poland and projects and so on, and now we have this chance, but it doesn't feels like that. As for me, it's not a chance at all. I want to go back 10 times more than it was before, and want to do projects in my country. Yes.
We all hope for that it's going to be possible one day, but as Anna mentioned, it might not be possible for the next couple of years because of what.
Why? I mean, not possible for living, for us spending money. Yes, but what am I like? film actress, no. I mean, it's kind of feels, well, not useful, but strange as for now. And the only thing that matters is, for me, the way my heart feels myself. And if I, gonna thought about my future, about what's gonna be more proper for me, for my future, like it's gonna kill me as a person I am, so whatever.
I guess the thing is, it's like we're all feeling this thing like there is no place like home now. So that's the thing, and we all were like opened to the whole world, and we were traveling and we were working abroad. I know that Dasha had a feature film in Israel just last year and so on. So we were pretty, as all of us, we were pretty open, and we were working wherever, and we were like people of the world. But now everyone who are not at home, who left our homes, we all feel that there is no place like home, and that's the only one feeling. Is like we want to go back, that's for sure, and work there. But we are where we are.
Yeah.
No.
Definitely. I need to, we jumped into our discussion here, but we have a guest, and you see her on the screen, and I think we will see her all on the bigger screen as soon as I will welcome Madeleine Ekman. Hello, Madeleine, can you hear us? Madeleine is, you can hear us?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Madeleine is working at the Nordisk Film, and she's the producer and a dear friend of us. And we wanted to spread a bit from Poland and from Ukraine and see our friends from outside Poland. You've been listening to our discussion, Madeleine, right? You've been with us since the beginning.
I think I've been with everybody from Ukraine since the morning when we woke up the 24th. I feel so sorry for you. This is the craziest thing that's ever happened anywhere. And oh, thank you. Now I don't hear myself as an echo. Here in Sweden, we haven't had a war since 1814. So we haven't had war for over 200 years. And to be so close to the media, and we can see everything that's happening via screens and on CNN and so on, war has come to Sweden. And we are a little bit further away than Poland, but I'm also in the producers or association, and we had a board meeting yesterday, and I told them that there will be this event tonight. And of course, in Sweden, we would love to help any way we can. And I thank you so much for all your thoughts. And we understand you don't want to come and work in Sweden. You can do it for a bit, and let's see if that's not possible. I think it is, but we do understand what you want to do is to come back to Ukraine and live your life in your own country. So let us help till that is possible. That's kind of my thoughts from Sweden.
Madeleine, just give me a sec, one word in Polish. Czy ktoś nie rozumie naszej rozmowy i chciałby, żeby było tłumaczone jeszcze na przykład na język polski? Albo ukraiński? Czy możemy prowadzić dyskusję dalej tak jak can we continue as we were doing before, so switching from leading English language and then switching to Ukrainian if someone does not understand? This is all right. This is understandable. Okay, just sorry. Madeleine, can you tell me from your perspective, because as you said, you are a bit farther, but you are still because of the social media and media all over in our life, you can be quite close to the situation and to the war. Do you have any ideas how we could help? How you could help in Sweden? How we could help better in Poland?
I think we in Sweden are a little bit behind Poland, but I have a family that are moving into my my house on Thursday or Friday. They have just arrived to Köln, what that is in English, but in Germany, and they came via Slovenia. It's friends of friends and friends, so of course nobody I've ever met before, but we are opening our homes. Sweden are taking refugees, but I think what we want to help is that we are an industry that are really lacking people because we have too many productions, as probably everybody else. So people that know somebody, as you ladies do on stage, and so many more, I think we need to find a way to have you till the war is over, till the crisis has balance, that you could come and live and work with us. That is what we're looking at. Is this possible?
Sorry, I switched off a bit because of translation ideas, but I guess we are fine. Can I ask you, what would be right now, from your perspective, what you have here, what would be the most needed? How can we help more in your contemporary situation?
Що було б найкорисніше, як можна було б допомогти найбільше у поточній ситуації?
Why me? Okay. I don't know. It's not easy because I guess 70% of the brain is working towards, of my brain at least, is working towards how to help those people who are there. And I guess for the last 5 days, I understood a lot of how to transport adrenaline or insulin or whatever. So I'm transferring, like, this is like from here to here, I'm thinking about this. And I know it's like at the moment, my people from Lviv are saying, we got your refrigerator with insulin. What are we doing with this? Like, oh my God, oh my God. So, but those 25-30% which are not occupied with this information are mostly, I guess what we need is probably this type of support. It's very important, even to be here now. It's very important to feel that we are not all of us alone, just sitting in the places where we are. And I guess we need contacts. Like, for example, we had a lot of community in our houses, in our home, in our country, but we don't have any. Well, some of us do, but we don't have a lot of community abroad. So that's the question of contacts and possibilities to meet people and to see if we, actually it's not like give us work or whatever. If we can be useful, if we can help, if we can be on our place and do something important and good, that's great. If not, so we will try to do something else. So basically, yeah, I guess it's contacts and as my friend, director from England, Dawn Shedford, she wrote me like, I wish I could hug you now. So this type of hugs, even emotional hugs, they are very needed. So basically, I guess that's it. That's for me. I don't know, maybe anyone? Yeah.
So the best thing...
Yes, I've been thinking about this, that the next meeting's gonna be like they say, networking meetings. So you will be. So, but this will follow. This will follow in a moment.
Basically, what I can say about how it may happen, maybe, for example, if to think about. Maybe it sounds not in a good way, but it is when we go out from our country. So we think where is better to stay, of course, because we know that Poland market is not so huge. You know, it's not a gun one. So there are a lot of filmmakers from Ukraine also, and you have a lot of filmmakers in Poland, and you have places for them. But we are not sure that you have places for us. So first of all, I think as a producer, we need to know how big is market, and are you ready, you know, to give us us a job, for example, because now we understand that if you're a first-rank stylist, for example, so you can be a first-rank here because you don't know the market, you don't know how it works, and you don't know even where to go or how to act, actually. Even if you will have some project from the local production house. So we all understand that we will not on our place, maybe not all the positions will be on our place, and everybody or a lot of people are ready to start from assistants and so on, even if they are not assistants in our world. So it's what probably can help is, I don't know, to have some document or website or something like that, you know, when you see the open positions, I don't know, contacts, somebody who can involve you to the production, or somebody who has time, you know, to talk about that even, because everybody says we are ready to help, but, you know, they say like that, but when they start to think like, okay, I will take you, but you don't know how to work, how it works here actually, you know. So it's also time for your professionals too, because I understand to take, I don't know, some department guy or girl, and you know, to have time to teach her, you know, from the very beginning. You have to go there, you have to call those people. We don't know departments, we don't know how to do, you know, how to do our first steps here, because we worked around with our production, with our clients, or I mean, we made services, of course, in all over the world, but it was, you know, like we were a production house. It's totally different, of course, we understand. And for example, if I have clients, they already started to ask me, would you open the office, you know, in Poland or somewhere else? I'm sure that it's not now a time conversation, you know, because first of all, we need to understand how it works, actually, that's it, from the very beginning, like, you know, as we start a lot years ago, we need to understand it if we want to move somehow here or in other country. So the question is for me, what about the market, you know? Where we can work actually. If this market it's not so huge, so I need to think further how to do, where to go, whom to find, or maybe I should finish with this job now and to think about something else. It's also possible, you know. We are open now for everything. You have to, yeah.
Самое основное, чего хотелось бы, да, это, конечно же, продолжить свою работу здесь по своей специальности как режиссера, быть полезной и своей стране, и тоже Польше, которая приняла нас. У меня уже есть в голове куча идей, что документальные фильмы, которые можно было бы сделать, и о людях, которые пережили какие-то, да, которые приехали сюда, и о людях, которые встретили нас здесь, которые помогают нам своими домами. Мои соседи, просто это пример. Но я не знаю, я не ожидала, что будут так вот настолько добрые люди, настолько они будут встречать и помогать нас всем, что имеют, иногда даже отдавая последнее.
The most important thing for Yelena is to continue working as a director, doing what she does, and be useful to her country or to Poland, and to film what's happening now to us, and to film people who are meeting us here and helping us here, and maybe her neighbors who are helping her now. So everything we live through, everything that's happening right now, film as a documentalist.
Да, вот мои соседи — это уже герои моего фильма будущего. Вот. И о каждом можно говорить много. Буквально вот каждый день они приходят: Таня, что нужно? Что... Я уже говорю, ничего не нужно. Они вот просто все равно. Мне уже просто неудобно, честно говорю. Неудобно, что-то говорить, там, просить, все равно. Вот люди предлагают свою помощь изо дня в день. И мне хотелось бы рассказать о подвиге тоже вашего народа.
So Yelena is fascinated by her neighbors who always offer her help, and it's very awkward even because of how much people are offering her. So she wants to film how heroic the Polish people are, so depict the heroism of Polish people who are accepting us here now and helping us.
You know, but I'm watching the news. When I'm watching the news, it's like you could have at least several documentary films from these stories is unbelievable, right? It seems a bit like I wish it was a film, right? But it's real. But on this hand, I wanted to ask you, well, we are all watching the news, but maybe you could tell us what they are not showing. Is it like, because I'm pretty sure there's more that you know.
Ми всі бачимо новини, але чи є щось, що новини не показують, що ми знаємо як українці, але чого в новинах не побачиш?
Ну, вот самое того, что то, что не видим мы в новостях, это как раз того, что насколько помогают волонтеры. Пока я еще не увидела этого в новостях. В Украине насколько открыты люди здесь, в Польше. Не видят их сердца, не видят их желания помочь. И вот это вот можно было бы показать.
So what the news don't show is how much help we get from the volunteers, how cheerful the people are, how hospitable they are, and how big their hearts are. And that's what we want to depict.
And I will add, I'm sorry, of course, volunteers are really great people and everything, but not only in Poland, in other countries, inside Kiev, inside those cities that now are bombed, a lot of people just stayed, even with kids. I know so much families which stayed just, to help old people, to help, with their cars, to bring under the fire all this food, all this medicine, everything. A lot of volunteers stayed just there, and they risked their lives. So, and I didn't see it in news, right? We only know this because we have friends there, and we have, some, yeah.
I guess I've seen some of the stories of volunteering, and I guess that there is a lot of things which are happening right now on the streets. Even it's like on the day one when we arrived, after 4 days in the car, that was funny because we took our dog and cat as well. Yeah. So we are as a flying circus, I would call it. But we arrived and we spent the night in the hotel, and the next day we came to our car just to take something out of, and there was a elderly couple who came in and they asked, are you from Ukraine? Yes. And they were like saying, do you need any help? We can help you right now. And now I just couldn't stop myself crying, because when people on streets are just coming asking, do you need anything what I could help? That's something which is, I guess, this war opened in the world, honestly. It's like the possibility of each of us or each person in the world to help right here and now. And that's important. Probably, yeah, there are something in the news about it, but not much. And another thing is like, yeah, those people who stayed in Ukraine and who came specially to Ukraine to help, those are special heroes or angels. But another thing which we don't see, but which exists, yes, it's a tremendous horror, and that's a terrible thing what is happening. But there are so many ironic and funny things which are happening in the way. And I have to say, it's a lot. I mean, people in those places under the bombing, they're still having an ability to make fun of what's happening. And there are stories which are, because we all have like hundreds chats at the moment, and there are stories which are fascinating. Like, for example, the woman, that's the real one, the woman in Kiev who threw a jar of cucumbers into the drone. So like, but that's one which is visible, but there are much more. And those stories are kind of giving hope to our nation, for example, and to anyone else. That's like, even when people are bombed and they are sitting in the shelters under the attack, they still have a chance, still have a ability and power to laugh about it as much as possible, but as soon as much as we can still smile, we can fight against it. So that's it.
So I'm sorry, I'm not supposed to say anything from myself, but there was some misinformation in what Anna has said about the woman with a jar who broke a Russian drone in Kiev. It was actually a jar of tomatoes, not of cucumbers.
Okay. Fake news.
She's very modest.
Yeah.
I read day before yesterday somewhere, I didn't remember where, that there are like no chances to kill the whole nation. I mean, it sounds like too. I don't know the word like that, but. And I'm not the one to say that, of course. I'm sitting like in Poland, but there is a fun story about people. First of all, I had this moment like a couple of days ago. I've been volunteering on Przemysl railway station, and there was like. Guy from Belarus, Pasha, and he was my companion. And then suddenly, at the middle of the travel, he told to me, "Please don't say anyone. I go to the army, Ukrainian army now." And of course, there was a problem on the border because he get back. Because he's from Belarus and nobody believed that, but I tend to think it's more about good people than bad people, because Russia is fucking insane and everything is all right beside of that.
It seems that maybe there are more good people than bad people in the world in the end,
My English
right?
is not that good. I've tried to say that. Yeah.
Can I give the floor to our audience? Czy chcecie coś powiedzieć? Would you like to say anything?
Чи хоче хтось з аудиторії поділитися якоюсь історією чи щось сказати?
Я меняюсь, Саня, домой.
Please come on. Please come on. It's better for camera, you know. You want to?
I will stand. I can't. I just can't sit. No, I realized that I can't sit. Hello, my name is Anna Adamovich. I'm an actress. I'm from Kyiv. I flew from Kyiv with my mother on 26 February, and I went to bow as low as I can to all Poland because they saved us. There's actually Maria that give us a place to stay. Maria, are you there? Yes. Yeah. Maria Kraus, beautiful woman. Thank you for that. There was a lot of questions, so I thought I could say something on every of them. First of all, I don't think the Ukrainian movie or art will die because art can't die. It lives in us, and I hope it's just when, not how, or when we will win, we will have like a new Ukrainian wave. And yeah, thank you. And I think we're temporarily here, and so don't worry. And yes, of course, we can work as assistants. I always dreamed to work from other side of a camera, actually, and I try to look at this like on a good experience for me. And actually, all actors can play on any language in the world. You just need to give them audio transcription and translation, and they would talk like they always talked in that language. So I think we can work not only in Poland, we can work in the whole world. So I think it's not mostly about help, it's mostly about connections. I hope this meeting, because we're still tough. We can do it. And also I wanted to, do you want to say something, Olga Lubarova, one of the really top casting directors in Ukraine?
Welcome.
Thank you. I broke my finger yesterday. I was in Poland already, so everything is okay. Hello, everybody. Thank you very much. Actually, I'm the casting director from Ukraine. I don't know. I'm agreed with everybody that we could the most important thing here could be the networking, because each of us could do something, but we really need to understand how it works here. But as a casting director, I understand that it would be really hard, because the main point is thank you very much.
But the speech was is very interesting, and I forgot. I'm sorry.
Because for casting, the main point is to know all of the actors. So I know all of Ukrainian actors, and I hope that it could help somehow to them here. If I would have some information where they could join or be welcome. I heard a bit something like gossip that someone probably planned to open the Ukrainian theater here or something like that. So actually I see probably some goal. My goal here is like to help the Ukrainian actors to find places where they could be useful. Actually, I could tell that a lot of Ukrainian actors are really great and speak English well, and could. I'm agreed with Anna that almost every actor could teach any character and play as well. But so the one side is, I guess, the networking is most important, and as well we can work in the different positions because everyone needs work, I guess. Yes, we really want to help the people who are staying there, and a lot of our families and friends are staying in Ukraine. But anyway, I have a very lucky story with all that thing, because I was scared that the war would begin. Actually, I saw the map of Russian where the army exists, located, and understood that definitely something going to happen, because it was all around Ukraine. And then I took small kids and husband to Poland and get back to Kyiv to work. So after the war begins, I was getting to Poland by myself, and it was much easier because the kids are really small and it would be very hard to them to come. And now I have a lot thoughts how to exist here, but I need to, as everybody, understand how the market is working and who is who. And I have I have an experience working with international projects as well, but I never tried to understand how the market is working. So it's a bit hard question about. News, the last question was about news. Really all the charts help us to believe that, I know that every Ukrainian knows that Ukraine will win. And there is a lot of humor actually, which helps. And but as well, I don't know, I don't see the Polish news all the time, but there is a lot of hard and horrible things that are going on as well, like I don't know to go to that dramatic way, but there is really horrible things which are going on in different streets, hospitals. Today the bomb came to the place where kids are boarding, and it's unbelievable. So, but anyway, I guess that if we are already here, that almost all, I think that a lot of Ukrainians who are all over the Europe are thinking it's like
survivor's guilt.
Something like that. And all of us are thinking, okay, I'm safe here, and there is a lot of my friends or family who are staying there, and I was trying to put them out, all of my family somehow, but some of them are still there, some of them has a burned flats, and some of my close friends are volunteering in the different villages. So actually I think that we will definitely win, the art won't die, the filmmaking would come with the new wave, as Anna told, because there would be the different points of it. Probably not different.
Finally, no Russian actors.
Yeah, no Russian actors in Ukraine. So.
I said, I did a hashtag, go fuck yourself, Russian Natasha, and I told that I would never play a Russian character ever in my life, only if it will be like some disgusting, ugly soldier that will be hit in the end by the giant rocket.
So thank you a lot for this meeting. I guess it's the start of some networking here, and it's really a pleasure to meet a lot of
And we are some organizations in Poland. They are already making a database of Ukrainian filmmakers working here and or willing to work, or so either you have been approached or you will be approached by maybe different Polish and international organizations who will ask you what is your occupation and how would you like to work. And I hope it's all going to be possible also internationally, Madeleine, right? Because girls, they said that it's going to be, they are open to work not only in Poland, but also, as I understood, abroad.
Can I say something? You know, the one thing that we all who come to Poland afraid of is that Poland it's in Poland a lot of Ukrainians already. So, you know, we're everywhere, on every streets, on every shops, everywhere. So it's really hard to understand how it will be actually. So many places to live, so many working places, you know. It's really a lot, because Poland is the first country who gather all us together. Only few groups of people going further, you know. So now it's time to think about, you know, how to manage all this. Because I know that for you it's also a shock, like for us. It's almost women,
almost
right?
all women
you're right.
here.
Yeah, it's almost women here, not guys. Yeah, that's true. So we are open to talk, of course. We're open to discuss it. Yeah, how we can help to work on it actually, because you know, to stay on the street it's easier one day, but we are not like that. You know, Ukrainian women are not like that. Yeah. So I don't know in which way, but I think we need to collaborate somehow. to talk more about that, maybe to have some proposals, from both sides. To discuss it, maybe to help some people who doesn't speak or who doesn't know what to do because they're still in shock. We are 1 week here and we're still in shock, but it's not so visible for now. Yeah, we try to, right. And we really want to go home. Yeah, it's true. It's from our hearts.
Can I add? It's like I agree to Nastya. It's, for example, I understand that probably we can help by moving further. Honestly, we understand that as well. That there are too many people here already, and maybe. And I understand that it's what was the statistics, like a million. How more? I guess it's like more. It's million. I guess
More than a million.
more than a million. Yeah, who entered Poland at the moment, and we total and yeah. Yeah, then some moves, but some are not. Yeah, and for example, what I'm trying to do now for my family, and there is another. This place is full of casting directors. That's Marisa as well. So she used to work for a huge, like the biggest production company in Ukraine for like 15 years. So and she's also here, and 17. Yeah. So yeah. So, and I understand that probably by moving further, we can take the shocking wave from Poland as well, and try to work somewhere else, and at least because I totally understand the feeling. It's like when you're house and you're welcoming everyone, but at some point you're gonna get tired of us as well.
Madeleine, do you think the international industry is open and ask for some support?
Absolutely. I think we want to help, but we are kind of like, as one of you described, is that what can we do? And the news in Sweden, I mean, we're not that far away. You can take a boat from Poland to Sweden overnight, and it's only 3,500 people that has come from Ukraine to Sweden. And we understand that 1 million Ukrainian in Poland, please come to Sweden. We have room for you, for your friends. They're not. Of course it is like that. And I think that is how the rest of us in Europe thinks. We want to help. We don't really know how, but we all have houses. So there are efforts and to prepare for a lot of fugitives to come. But again, we understand that you're a proud people, that you're good people that knows how to work, so why not put you to work instead, that you could be a part of the different productions we do. So this is, we have just started, but yes, so the question was, do you think that the rest of Europe would help? Absolutely. This is something that's on the agenda in the producers associations all over Europe, but it's gone so fast, so it's not quite 100% organized. But those of you that don't have a chance to come to Poland, or there's too many there, come to Sweden, Norway, Finland, and let's find a way to make it work along the way. So yeah.
Thank you, Madeleine.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I think that's very comforting, and also, I mean, I'm sorry.
I just want to say one thing. I really heard a lot from everyone, like from every profession. But as for now, I used to be a casting director. I used to be an actress. I used to be. We didn't. Yeah, we still are, and it not depends on how many time it will take and anything like that. I mean. Whatever.
That's the purpose of the meeting, of course, because we
I've
understand that you're still what you are doing in your professions, and that's how we want to. I think that word networking has been said here clearly several times, so I think it's maybe a good time to start the networking. But as an association of women filmmakers in Poland, we would like to assure you that we want as much help as possible, and that you are most welcome here, and that we will do anything also to merge with our international friends. Thank you, Madeleine, for joining us and assuring what we were hoping for. And so let's start from that. Renata?
Very important things is that our friend association is could you I'm sorry.
Cyrillic, I can't read it, sorry.
So I need to translate this.
please.
Yeah. So we want to tell you about the launching of the online platform Filmmakers for Ukraine Crew United. Crew United is establishing connections between people to help Ukrainians. In a couple of days after the president of Russia, Vladimir Putin, started his annexation war against Ukraine, the team of the cinema network Crew United decided to do what they stand for. They want to establish links and connections between people and give them actual and checked information. The online platform, Filmmakers for Ukraine, is an informational site for cinematographers and their families from Ukraine, where they can quickly find help. We actually want to connect people and join people to make films together. And the most important thing now is to connect people, to help people, says Oliver Senglein, the lead director of Crew United, and also ask for help among the members of his wide network. In association with associations, establishments, and numerous colleagues from the cinema industries, in this short time, this online platform has been created and set as its goal to give clear and actual and current information about propositions of help from different European countries. The help and support led to Ukrainian cinematographers and their families, and also from groups of minorities from Ukraine that are minorities from Ukraine, like LGBTQIA, gypsies, people who are disabled, and children, sick and old people. For people from Ukraine who are seeking help, and for people who want to offer help, there is a list of general information about transport and living accommodation and work and medical help and humanitarian help. And
because the post is quite long, as I see, so the bottom line is that the Crew United is setting up a page where you can check or register yourself if you are a film professional. But also here we leave you our computer. You can write down your names with the contact details, so we are sure we have it and we could contact you later on. Thank you very much.
Maybe contact, and sorry, I will disturb you. So maybe contact and maybe send us some local important information to our email so that we could spread it inside our crews, friends, you know, from the industry. Yeah, thanks.
So we will be linked.
And it's just a beginning, and now is a time for work, for my connection, and little things after. I am very glad that you are here, safe with us. Thank you very much.
Thank you for coming. Thank you, Madeleine, for joining us.
Well, thank you for having me. So.
Thank you very much.
The official part is over.